Seoul. The discussion about the alleged tax case that dragged Cha Eun-woo's ASTRO name back heated up after the well-known investigative media Dispatch released a follow-up report. The report specifically addressed the status of the so-called fictitious company owned by Cha Eun-woo's family, an allegation that has been at the center of speculation on social media. And its latest report, Dispatch confirmed that the company associated with Cha Eun-woo's mother really exists, is officially registered, and has valid legal documents. This fact also refutes the wild narrative that previously developed, where some parties accused the company was only formed to avoid tax obligations. Dispatch clarification: registered and legal company. According to data revealed Dispatch, the company have a clear office address registered in the South Korean Business Administration system, have a registered capital, and an official corporate structure, not a shell company or fictitious company. This information is crucial because from the beginning, the tax issue that dragged Cha Eun-woo a lot rests on the assumption that his family deliberately formed a fake company for the sake of certain financial interests. Dispatch emphasizes that the legal existence of a company does not automatically mean that there are no tax problems, but accusing it of being a fictitious company with no basis is misleading. Linkage to previous news. The narrative is built too quickly in previous reports. It has been highlighted how this issue is developing very quickly, not even for days, but the public has already seemed to draw final conclusions. The fact that Dispatch has now revealed reinforces those concerns. Many allegations come first before the data is verified. The narrative of tax evasion and fictitious companies made headlines on various channels, whereas the tax audit process has not been completed. There is no official statement from the tax authorities yet. Cha Eun-woo himself has yet to give a direct clarification. This situation shows how quickly public opinion is formed, often without waiting for official confirmation. The reaction of the public and netizens. From accusations to sympathy after the Dispatch report was released, public reaction began to shift. On social media, many netizens admitted that they were too quick to believe the negative narrative circulating. One of the comments that was widely shared read, "Thanks Dispatch, it is finally clear that his mother's company really exists and is registered." Comments of this kind become a marker of a change in public mood. If earlier Cha Eun-woo was the target of sharp criticism, now there is a wave of sympathy and an invitation to wait for the official results before judging. Cha Eun-woo's vulnerable position. Conscription and clarification limits. Another thing that is again highlighted is the condition of Cha Eun-woo, who is undergoing military service. This status automatically limits his room to respond quickly and directly to issues. Entertainment industry observers assess that idols who are conscripted do not have full access to the media. All statements must go through the agency. Hasty clarification risks aggravating the situation. Therefore, Cha Eun-woo's silence in recent days is considered to be within reasonable limits, especially considering that there has been no official decision from the authorities. Fantajo still silent, but considered strategic. Until now, Fantajo has not issued a follow-up statement after the Dispatch report. But unlike before, this time the agency's reticence was not immediately interpreted negatively by the public. Some analysts call that Fantajo may be reviewing the details of the report, waiting for clear legal direction, avoiding emotional statements that can be misinterpreted. In many cases of Korean celebrities, hasty clarification often leads to fatal mistakes, so a careful approach is considered safer. Media, ethics, and narrative responsibility. This case reopens the discussion about the ethics of celebrity reporting, especially when it comes to legal and family issues. Dispatch itself, although known as a hard investigative media, choose to present documents, administrative data, verifiable facts, unlike some other channels that directly use the term embezzlement without including the word alleged. Aroha Bersatu do not rule before there is a verdict. Aroha's fandom is now increasingly vocal in calling for narrative justice. They assert that legal company is not equal to tax crimes, audit is not equal to guilty verdict, allegations is not equal to facts. For them, the Dispatch report is proof that not everything that goes viral is true, and that a person's reputation can be damaged in a matter of hours. Interim conclusion: the facts are beginning to show, but the process is not yet complete. The Dispatch report did not immediately close the case. But one thing has now become clear. The initial narrative that referred to Cha Eun-woo's family company as fictitious was not entirely true. The public is now faced with a choice: continue to herd opinions without data, or wait for the official results with a cool head. In the fast-paced world of Korean entertainment, Cha Eun-woo's case is a reminder that the truth often comes later, after reputation comes first. Although the dispatch report begins to straighten out some information, the impact on Cha Eun-woo's public image is already felt. In South Korea's entertainment industry, reputations are often built over years, but can be shaken in just a matter of hours. Cha Eun-woo's name, which has always been synonymous with a clean, polite, and professional image, is suddenly dragged into the maelstrom of sensitive legal issues. Some brands that previously actively displayed Cha Eun-woo's face have not taken extreme measures, but observers note a decrease in the intensity of promotions on some digital channels. This is considered a wait-and-see step, a common strategy that brands often do when public figures are in controversy. Korean entertainment industry and similar case patterns. Cha Eun-woo's case reminds the public of a long-standing pattern in the Korean entertainment industry, where tax issues are often the most deadly weapon for celebrities. Even when there is no verdict yet, the word tax alone is enough to trigger a strong reaction. Some analysts call that the issue of taxes is often regarded as a moral offense, not merely administrative. Celebrity families often drag along despite not appearing in public. The media tends to highlight the sensational side first. In this context, dispatch reports make a difference because they try to pull issues back into the realm of data and documents, not assumptions. The family as a new target. What also drew criticism was how Cha Eun-woo's family came to be the target of public scrutiny, especially the mother who was associated with the company. Many netizens considered that dragging a family that is not a public figure into a storm of opinion is an exaggeration. Media psychologists consider that this kind of pressure has the potential to cause prolonged stress on the family. Social trauma due to mass judgment. Guilt in the artist. Although not necessarily guilty, Cha Eun-woo is not in a free position to protect his family directly due to his military obligations. Misinterpreted conscription and silence. As mentioned in previous reports, Cha Eun-woo's conscription status is an important factor that is often overlooked by the public. Many parties demanded a quick clarification without considering that very limited communication access. All statements must go through official channels. A one-sentence mistake can have a long impact. In this context, silence does not mean avoidance, but rather part of the procedure. Narrative shift after dispatch intervenes. Interestingly, after the dispatch report was released, there was a shift in the media narrative. The previously aggressive titles began to change to more cautious ones, with an emphasis on the words conjecture and clarification. Some media even began to raise a new point of view. Importance of data verification. Danger of trial by public opinion. The role of the media in maintaining narrative justice. This shows how much influence one investigative report can have on the direction of public opinion. Aroha remains consistent. Waiting, not defending blindly. Fandom. Aroha reiterated that their stance is not to defend without foundation, but to wait for the legal process to run as it should. They also asked the public to distinguish between defending the truth, turning a blind eye to the facts. For Aroha, the dispatch report is just one piece of the puzzle, not the end of the story. But at least this piece is enough to stop the most extreme accusations that have circulated. Temporary closure. Facts begin to catch up. Opinions are asked to wait until now. One thing is increasingly clear is that the case is still ongoing, and the public has only received a small part of the full picture. Dispatch has opened the door for clarification, but the final decision remains with the relevant authorities. In such a situation, the public is faced with a huge responsibility, whether to continue judging based on pieces of information or wait with a cold head.